down and 3. Check that 2.
And on 3rd and short, Alley on the rollout has the corner, has enough for a first down and much more. Follows his blockers well and accelerates deep into the secondary, and he's inside the Southridge 40-yard line before he's brought down. It took Alec Powell along with Andrew Ripley-Miles to bring him down. Ripley-Miles hobbling a little bit. Jordan, when he gets space, he accelerates.
Yeah, Taylor can move. He's that's what makes him so versatile. He can break it up. He can throw the ball well, but just as you saw right there, very capable of running as well.
About a 34-yard gain unofficially to the Southridge 38 on first down, rolling to throw. Open in the flat, the ball dropped on the sideline. Pass was intended for Mike Ralston.
Intended for Mike Ralston is incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Jordan, you were down on the field just before kickoff, too. What are the conditions like for these two teams?
It was a little better than earlier, but it's not exactly. It's going to be. It'll make a difference. Let's put it that way. I mean, ball's slippery, field's wet, so look for that to be something both teams had problems with.
Pitch to Strom following his blockers. Gets the corner, a great block to spring him free, and he's got the first down and more inside the 15-yard line. Well, one of his linemen really doubled back. There is a flag down. It's so tiny, and they are going to call the block in the back. He drove his man way upfield to open the corner, and this one will come back because of that block.
Connor's a kid that'll make a difference all night long. He's not going to be taken down by a single tackle. You need more guys on him than just one. So look for Connor to be a big, big difference maker tonight.
Not too many schools at this level or even in smaller places where your one kid is your leading rusher and your leading receiver. And that's the case here for Strom with over 1,300 combined yards of offense.
Yeah, went for 1,900 all-purpose last year with 28 touchdowns and was a player of the year on the offensive side of the ball. So very rare do you see a kid get that honor on offense and defense. He's a special athlete.
The penalty declined. Well, there were 2 flags apparently. So our referee, Paul Bish, with the call. Rest of our crew tonight, Wayne Smith is the umpire. Bill Meade, the linesman, Bob Jamek, the line judge, and Bob McFadden, the back judge. The flag was thrown at the 40. I didn't see who turned his man up, but it was a big block, and now they'll come back to midfield. So it'll be 2nd down and 22 there for the Irish. Trips package to the wide side. And another flag before they can get started. 5 more yards for the false start.
Sheldon has averaged a 53-8 victory per game this year, so they haven't been challenged minus those first couple games, one versus Southridge, the other versus Central Catholic. They've blasted everyone else that they've played, so this will be something new.
Yeah, that's an important point we didn't get a chance to bring up. These two teams have already played once this year in the season opener. And guess what? We're going back some more. Southridge was without Ali Aziz in that game. Although A.J. Wooden did a great job for them, it was a 35-28 win at Sheldon.
Yeah, I think Sheldon was kind of surprised. We were down there for that initial game. That was a good evening, good weather. This is completely different. We got 12 games under their belt, and 2 very good teams are going to be matched up again tonight.
Does this weather benefit the running game of Southridge more? They like to keep it on the ground a little bit more. Strom with the ball in the flat. Gets driven back just over the 40-yard line and brought down by Alec Powell there.
Southridge understands that they're going to have to gang tackle him. Connor went for 240-plus last time they played, and he was by far and away the difference maker. So they're very well aware of who they're going to go to win this game.
So in the rainy conditions now, a 3rd and about half a mile. Ali with plenty of time has to dodge a couple tacklers and will take it himself, asking an awful lot of him to get all the way back, and he'll barely get over midfield on that keeper. So the Irish will be looking to punt here on their first drive.
You brought up the running game. Southridge definitely has that advantage with Jake Pruitt and Devin Martinez. Jake's that kid that's been playing very, very well, one of the best lacrosse players in the state of Oregon, or the region for that matter.
That's where all his skill comes from.
6'3", 215, big boy running the ball.
Mike Ralston on to kick. Left-footed boot into the breeze. Fumbled inside the 10. Scramble for it, and they're just digging right now. But it appears as though Southridge came up with the ball. Got fumbled away momentarily by Justin Cayo, but they were able to fall on top of it. And Southridge avoids what could have been a huge early turnover. Jordan, we talked a little bit about Reza Ali Aziz a couple weeks ago, but I'll let you give your capsule summary. Just a prototypical college quarterback size.
Yeah, one of the top 3 sport athletes in the state, football, baseball, basketball. Like I said, he's got that ride to Oregon for baseball, and just a big, big addition. First-team All-League kid from last year. Special quarterback, D1 quarterback if you wanted to be.
Turns and hands first carry of the game to Jacob Pruitt.
Jacob Pruitt, the ball carrier.
Pruitt, one of 8 players that were first-team All-Metro League selections. And they really kind of give you that inside-outside mix with their running back selection.
Yeah, it's a really good group, very diverse. The receivers are some of the best receivers in the state. Justin Kalo was a first-team All-League kid. Jordan Morgan, the top-ranked junior in the region for wide receivers. So very, very capable on the with their wideouts as well.
Second and 6 after that first gain. Pruitt again, a short gain this time, falls forward for maybe 1 or 2.
Down at the 13-yard line.
Liam Taldy with the tackle for Sheldon.
They're down in 3 Hawks.
Spoke with Reza last night, and he was giving me some grief about picking Sheldon to win this ball game. So I think he's got a couple purposes for winning tonight.
3rd and 4 for the Skyhawks. Well, you got to predict what you got to pick. I mean, your reputation's on the line.
Right.
Hawks will keep both backs in. Ali Aziz talking to both of them a couple of times before coming up to the line of scrimmage. And a pitch for Pruitt to the outside. Surrounded there, tried to cut back and fell down. And Southridge will be forced to punt. A lot of white shirts there in a hurry.
Yeah, Sheldon's team speed is one of their trademarks. Speaking of the schedule, they've most of their starters have not played in the second half. They've blasted everybody, and pretty much every game has been over by halftime. So there's going to be a lot of new things for them this game because this is not going to be a blowout by any means.
Yeah, it is a little weird when you look at him statistically, and Strom's their leading rusher, but he's got under 500 yards for the year. But like you said, with the blowouts, it makes sense. Twisting punt, and it's going to bounce over near the sideline and be down just over the 40-yard line as Levi Rotherham backed away from the ball, and Sheldon will be in fairly decent field position for their second possession.
You mentioned Connor, and he's got 17 total touchdowns on the season, not counting his kick and punt return. So 10 receiving, 7 rushing, very even keel doing both.
Mitch Lewis is in the backfield here as we are going to have to do our best to keep rosters dry tonight, so I don't have Mitch on the first carry. Lewis, big hole here inside the 30 and tripped up inside the 25. Ball came free after a big hit, and one official says it's Sheldon ball. It will remain with the Irish. Big hit by Alec Powell knocked the ball loose, but the Irish able to recover it. So each team has dodged a potential turnover here early.
Yeah, neither one of these guys are turnover-happy teams usually, so weather will be a factor tonight for sure.
Again, that little bunch formation. First down from the 24. A little pass into the flat to Strom. Has good downfield blocking. And he'll be close to a first down before he's knocked out of bounds. Appears as though he might be just short as he was taken out by Kevin McLean.
Connor's got 3 offers thus far, Portland State, North Dakota, and Montana. So very talented kid. He'll probably get a few more before he's done.
Little hurry up here by the Irish, and they'll give to Lewis. Runs right into the middle of the line. He'll have enough to pick up the first down. Is that the right level for him, Jordan? Do you see him maybe projecting a little higher at all?
Yeah, you actually could see him get a big D1 offer. He's just that talented. He's not gonna win any 40 contests or anything like that. But he's just legit. One of the best football players, maybe the best football player in the state of Oregon, other than Tyner.
Little bunch formation again to the top. Empty backfield on the first down. A throwback underneath. Far sideline, breaking a tackle in for the touchdown. And still waiting to see who the number is on it, to be honest. And it is Mike Ralston making the catch for the touchdown.
Mike's the transfer from Jesuit that's had a monster year, 8 sacks from his defensive spot, and very valuable as a receiver as well. He's got that Northern Colorado offer. So another very, very versatile kid, 6'6", 240.
Nathan Starnes on to attempt the extra point. Spencer Clark is the holder. Good job off a snap that was a little bit high. And the Irish are on the board. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The touchdown pass for Sheldon. The reception by Ralston makes it the Irish 7 and the Southridge Skyhawks nothing. You're watching 6A quarterfinal action on OSAA.tv.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys...
So Southridge falling behind here midway through the first quarter. First score of the game, the pass from Alley to Ralston. Justin Kalo and Jordan Morgan back deep. Kick taken by Morgan at the 12-yard line. Has a little room sideline. Good move on a defender and finally gets dragged out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Lined up Dylan Lewis nicely one-on-one and juked him to get some extra yardage. And the Skyhawks with pretty good starting position here.
Jordan's taken a few to the house over the last couple seasons. Like I said, the top junior receiver in the Northwest. Sitting right on that D1 bubble. So Jordan's a kid we'll see a lot of over the offseason, just like we did last season.
Already pretty good size, too, 6'4", 180, but some room to grow there in the offseason.
Yeah.
Still shake my head every time I see quarterback number 87. Pitch here, and the Irish swarm in a hurry to bring down Devin Martinez. Looked like he might have had some daylight, and all of a sudden they closed it down in a hurry.
Connor Strom, 6'2", 215, playing more of a backer spot even though he projects as a safety. So big, strong kid. I've never seen a kid that can read like Connor. He's just always at the right place at the right time.
Do they use him more as a monster or a strong safety, or how do they put him in the formation?
Strong safety, monster. I mean, he's kind of all over the board. It's just kind of
He's got the hybrid to jump around if they need him to. Okay.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Nielsen on that last stop, a loss of a yard on the pitch. Ali Aziz out into the flat, a little bit too tall that time for Morgan, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Skyhawks.
Jordan Morgan's a good 6'2". He's actually pushing 6'3" right now, so he actually worked out with him the other day, and he's definitely looking the part right now. So proud of Jordan and what he's accomplished thus far.
I hear those workouts stunt a kid's growth.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay, I was going to say after you have them compress that much weight up on their shoulders, right?
Yeah.
Nah. Kids love doing that stuff once they get that rolling. 3rd and 11 here. 2 backs in for a max protect. Ali Aziz over the middle, juggled and incomplete as it falls to the turf. Tried to find Justin Kalo, and he took a pop there in the secondary. Still would have been a yard or two short of the first down, it appears, and Southridge will have to punt.
Sheldon's got a lot of big-time playoff experience, state championship experience from last season. So a lot of these seniors that are part of this group have been in big games and are very comfortable in a situation like this.
And Southridge has been in the playoffs before. They just don't have that run of games like Sheldon does. That does make a little bit of difference, doesn't it?
Yes, Southridge is playing as well as anybody in the state of Oregon right now. But like this right here, Connor Strom's just ridiculous.
Yep, nice job of taking the line drive punt and returns it all the way back to the 44-yard line. It's a 30-yard return, and it's going to turn out to be a net of about 9 yards by the time he's done running that one back. Situation here, Jordan, where not like it's a must stop for Southridge, but the last thing you want to do is fall 2 scores behind early against an experienced and confident Sheldon team.
Yeah, Sheldon definitely is going to show up for multiple reasons, but they did almost get beat by these guys before, so they know what's up.
Excuse me, folks. Looking wide open on the around, and they are going to take a 14-0 lead. Yep, on the pass to Mitch Herbert for the score.
It's a missed assignment. Mitch Herbert, that's that other top junior receiver in the state of Oregon. Both Jordan Morgan and Mitch Herbert, top 2 junior receivers.
Well, Jordan, that big fake just on the little around with Connor Strom, everybody's going to be keying on him. That allows Herbert to get wide open.
That's what makes Connor so valuable is he does so much damage when he does have the ball. He takes away, a lot of eyes on other people. So that's another really important thing that he provides.
Starnes on again for the point after, and the kick is good. And just like that, on one play after the punt, Sheldon scores 2 touchdowns a minute and 18 seconds apart. 5:12 to play in the first quarter with our score, Sheldon 14 and Southridge nothing. You're watching the 6A quarterfinals on OSAA.tv.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And back at Southridge, our score is actually 13-0. Our apologies. The point after touchdown was no good, as we couldn't see that from our vantage point. A little scrum breaking out here before the officials finally blow the kickoff dead out at the 36-yard line. Our game, one of 4 quarterfinal games tonight. Other scores we have so far, thanks to OregonLive.com. Lake Oswego leading West Salem 7-0, and Tigard and Central Catholic are tied at 7 apiece. The other game, Jesuit at Sprague, and we'll get updates from our crew down there, hopefully. First carry on this set of drives for Pruitt, breaks 1 tackle, gets over the 40-yard line before he's driven back by the Sheldon secondary. Jordan, a situation here where the Skyhawks really, first thing they need to do is just string 2 or 3 first downs together, not worry about necessarily taking it the length of the field here, but just get some continuity going.
Yeah, I think they need to get in the flow of something. I mean, they started out with running and they mixed it up with a little pass, and I think they really need to stick with their run game. It's been working for them in the previous weeks, at least to get going, and then they can work from there. But with those 2 big backs, Jake Pruitt's stock has been on the rise, and just keep it on the ground.
A little bit of confidence for Sheldon on the road, of course, with a 2-score lead, but they also know it's very early in the ball game. Time for Ali as he's hit as he throws. Morgan trying to make a leaping catch, incomplete. Almost came up with that one in between a pair of defenders. And we see a little bit of the strength of Ali Aziz. There is a flag down, a penalty against Southridge. I would guess for a hold from where it's thrown as it's thrown back in the backfield. And Sheldon will accept the penalty. And it is illegal use of hands. They'll take it all the way back to the 26-yard line. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 19 for Southridge.
2nd down and 19 for the Hawks.
start billing you.
You're good, man. You got those good eyes. I gotta wear glasses.
Good math skills.
Except for history. Different dates.
Ali Aziz under center there. And off of play action, a wheel route has a man open. Incomplete. Great recovery on the coverage by Mitch Lewis as the ball held up a little bit. They almost got Kalo out there.
Mitch and Dylan, outstanding multi-sport athletes, both very good baseball players, both of them all-league kids last year. So once again, just more experience that we see back. The senior leadership for these guys is outstanding.
That held up just enough. If he'd thrown out a little flatter, he might have been able to bust it just when they thought they had the opening. Good pass, good coverage. And again, a 3rd and long here in the first quarter for the Skyhawks, Jordan.
Kalo was one of the state leaders in yards per catch last season. So he's a kid that can do some things in the open field.
They'll try to run the draw. Sheldon's front four is more than comparable to that task as they really just kind of sat in gaps that time, didn't try a run blitz, and Pruitt a very short gain. The Skyhawks will be again forced to punt. Smart call right there by Lane Johnson and his staff. Rather than running a run blitz or putting pressure to open gaps, they just sat in gaps.
Sheldon's about as well coached. I mean, once again, Southridge is too, but Sheldon is very well coached, and they're not going to make a lot of mistakes.
Strawn's punt return set up a one-play drive last time. He has space here. Takes it at the 37-yard line. Has a blocking wall down the left side and got forced out of bounds with a saving play there by Zach Wilbur. Another good return. And let's see where they're going to spot it. 41-yard line that time, so a 22-yard return. And that's a great punt return average if he keeps doing that.
Connor's taken many a punts to the house over the last few years, so kid's dangerous anytime he gets the ball in his hands.
Lewis will join Alley in the backfield, and once again Sheldon starting in Southridge territory, this time from the 41-yard line. Lewis up the middle, and the Irish open another big hole. He takes it into the secondary and picks up a first down all the way down to the 29-yard line before Eric Scruggs brought him down. The Irish stuttered a little bit with those early penalties, those early false starts, but they've been operating like clockwork since.
Yeah, you're not going to see him make a lot of mistakes. The guy kind of got that out of their bloodstream early, and probably see him do a lot of damage.
They'll spot it at the 30 and pick up the first down there. Ali on the keeper after the little spread, the mesh fake, and he'll get 2 or 3 yards there. Jordan, talk a little bit about this bunch formation that the Irish like to use. They're grouping their 3 receivers in a little package rather than stringing them all the way across the field.
They're so versatile with Herbert being 6'4", Connor being 6'2", and tough. I mean, so mobile. I mean, they can do a lot of different, sets as we see right here, just that allows them to create.
Empty backfield. The trip's tight to the boundary side. Ali on the roll, gets a little throw into the flat, and it'll be short of a first down. Ball will get down to about the 22-yard line. Strawn brought down that time by Matthew McCrae.
Connor was a first-team All-State athlete both ways as a junior, which is almost unheard of. It just doesn't really happen. So to put into perspective what kind of talent he has, that kind of sums it up.
3rd and a yard here for the Irish, and they'll throw for it. Out into the flat. Strawn, again, good blockers. That's a bit of a gamble. I know that bubble screen works well as they take it deep down towards the 10-yard line, but one miscue, that becomes a lateral or a ball that's picked, but they throw it with confidence.
Yeah, they do everything with confidence. Connor right there, you see where he got the ball. He ended up 10 yards downfield after the first tackler. So it takes multiple people to bring him down on every single play. That's what makes him so special.
I'm not sure I've seen a team that is as efficient in its blocking as I have seen Sheldon here in the first quarter. Yeah, they've got size, but they are just precise in their blocks too.
Very much.
Ali flushed from the pocket. Sprints away from 3 defenders and storms into the end zone on the scramble. Wow.
Yeah, that's what makes Sheldon Sheldon. I mean, Taylor is just a super athlete, and once again, that's that versatility he brings to the table versus Dylan Miller of last season. Not to take anything away from Dylan Miller.
No, not at all, but that's a heck of a play. And they will look to go for 2. Nope. Check that. Starnes is on. They won't.
point after touchdown.
I'll see if we can watch the officials a little better this time and tell you whether he actually makes it or not. Chip is up and good.
With 1 minute and
1:43 left to play in the first quarter, and Sheldon impressive so far as they lead Southridge 20-0. You're watching the state quarterfinals on OSAA.tv.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire.
Jordan Morgan and Justin Kaler.
Starnes with the kick that bounces over by the sideline. And Sheldon denying the long run back there. Kayla will take it out to about the 21-yard line.
First and 10, 1 minute and 37 seconds remaining.
Jordan, it's difficult for a young man at this point to not think about trying to get it all back at once, which is, of course, impossible. But these kids have got to settle down right here, the Skyhawks, and just play their game.
Well, they feel a lot of pressure. I mean, if they lose, they go home. I mean, they're down 20-0 to obviously a very talented team, so it's one of those things that's going to take a lot of just faith in the people that's with you and, doing it one possession at a time.
Whistle before the snap.
Penalty flag on the field.
Flag thrown over on this near sideline, and it is a false start against Southridge.
False start against the Skyhawks. That's a 5-yard penalty. Ball now spotted on the 16-yard line. First and 15 Hawks.
Devin Martinez and Zach Wilbur in the backfield for Southridge on this 1st and 15. Martinez left side now. Good lead block from Wilbur and into the secondary and some room. Martinez into Sheldon territory. One man to beat. A nice tackle there by Dylan Lewis. But Martinez gets the Southridge fans on their feet for the first time tonight, running the ball down to the 25-yard line of Sheldon.
Devin Martinez was a first-team All-League kid from last year as a sophomore, transferred here from California. Very, very talented back, ranked as one of our top 3 backs in the entire state for the junior class. So, once again, him and Jake Pruitt are extremely talented. Both kids we'll see a lot of tonight.
And both will return next year. Oh, got to wait for the guy with the stick. He's sprinting madly down the Southridge sidelines. Fortunately, the chain gang's there the other way. Pruitt coming in. He'll drive forward for about 5.
Jacob Pruitt, the ball carrier.
Jordan, that was a much-needed play right there. Just a reminder to the Southridge kids of what they can accomplish. It started really with a great kick-out block from Wilbur at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Martinez is the real deal. He's had some injury problems this year. He was a third-team All-League kid this year, but that's not indicative of how talented he is. He's a very, very hard runner, knows what he's doing, and it's hard to form up on a kid because he's just not that big.
Martinez back in on 2nd and 6 inside the final minute of the first quarter. Around the left side and driven out of bounds. Martinez will take it down to the 12-yard line last time. And it's another first down for Southridge.
That's going to be a gain of 9 and a first down, Skyhawks.
Ali Aziz motioning over to the sideline, getting a new play call. Goes back to check the wrist. As the Skyhawks in the red zone for the first time tonight. Martinez, good stutter step to let the hole open, and he'll take it down to the 5-yard line.
Tackled down at the 6-yard
Jordan, not always something you can teach a kid to make that kind of move and be patient in a narrow area.
No, Devin's got skills. I mean, he's a tough runner, tough kid, 5'8", $190, and just moves very, very well. He's got good vision, and as you can see right there, he's not afraid to lower his head and hit whoever's in his way.
And that will bring the first quarter to an end. All Sheldon so far, but Southridge is on the doorstep. We'll come back with the second quarter of this Class 6A quarterfinal after this timeout on OSAA.tv.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other...
Ready to start the second quarter. Southridge knocking on the doorstep. Ali Aziz keeping himself. Drives the stack down close to the goal line. And should have enough for a first and goal depending on this spot. Well, the rain continues to come down harder here as we start the second quarter.
The good thing about having a 6'4", 220-pound athlete as your quarterback is you can get a few yards when you need to on a sneak like that.
Yeah,
so.
if anybody hits him around the ankles, it's a 2-yard gain, even if he falls down. First and goal here for the Skyhawks. Sheldon in the gaps a little more. Ali Aziz bobbled the snap momentarily. Didn't get as much leverage as he wanted, but he's in for the score. Looked as though Sheldon had him stopped. They're still pointing, a couple of the players. They thought they had him brought down, but the far side official put the hands up, and Ali Aziz in for the score. Alex Beekman ready for the point after attempt. Tyler Barrett is the holder. And Beekman with plenty of distance on the boot and right through the uprights. So much needed for Southridge. Ali Aziz drives him down the field. The big running play by Martinez sets it up. And Southridge is on the board. 11:31 to play second quarter. Sheldon 20, Southridge 7 on OSAA.tv.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Back at Southridge, the Skyhawks getting set to kick off. Lewis and Dunmore set for this kick from Beekman as the Skyhawks have gotten on the board. 30 seconds into the second quarter. Lewis from the 5. Good head of steam, then all of a sudden slowed himself down. Gets out to about the 25-yard line. Updating other scores for you. Jesuit now leading 7-3 as they have scored a touchdown in the second quarter to take a 7-3 lead over Sprague at Sprague. Lake Oswego and West Salem, 7-0 Lake Oswego in the second quarter at West Salem. And Central Catholic got another score on the board, 14-7. They lead Tigard at Hillsborough Stadium in the second quarter there.
Don't expect Southridge to go quietly. They've been, like I said, playing as well as anybody in the state, so they're going to come back.
Little play action here and a wide open look. Out to the 40-yard line for a first down. Nice ball handling that time by Alley. And the pass complete to Ivan Fallhaber. His first grab of the night. Fallhaber coming in with 41 catches for a little over 500 yards.
Taylor's played as well as any quarterback in the state this year. Breakout season, first-year starter, but just to show you how talented Sheldon is, I mean, he comes in and just gets the job done.
Why don't we hear more about him? Finds Strom here, following his blockers well, and gets run out of bounds. Connor will be taken out at about the 48-yard line.
27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions on the season for Taylor.
66% passage,
66%.
completions.
Great year. Runner-up, player of the year type kid. So, he's just a good athlete. He was just behind a very good quarterback in Dylan Miller for the last couple seasons.
But we don't hear more noise about him in the recruiting wars.
I mean, he's a 6-foot quarterback, so it's one of those things, you know.
Yeah, all right. With his speed, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I like him. I like Taylor a lot. In fact, in that write-up that you read at NorthwestEliteIndex.com, I'm sure you saw what we put about him in there.
I kept waiting for your write-up this week.
You saw it, buddy.
When did it finally come out?
I was out there yesterday. I thought you would have been eating your turkey and reading that up. Yeah.
I was busy getting ready for the Apple Cup. 3rd and short here. Alley on the run-pass option, just sprints for the corner. Gets the first down, breaks a couple tackles, and was inches away from going big time again down at the 40-yard line.
Taylor's just gotten very comfortable behind center. I mean, the first time we saw him, it was the first game of the year. It's first game as a starter, and now 12 weeks later, he looks the part, and he's obviously playing like a state championship quarterback.
I do look for your game summaries every Wednesday because your site says you have them out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You're not meeting deadlines.
No, it's holidays.
All right. Holiday edition. Strom again on the swing pass, and the blockers do such a nice job for him. But he's just patient, Jordan. He waits for the kids to get out there to get that yardage.
Yeah, it's something you can't really explain. You just see it every Friday night. I mean, continuously. He started doing this as a sophomore and hasn't quit for the last three seasons. So pretty special kid.
Sprague has just added a 32-yard field goal. They trail Jesuit 7-6 now at Sprague in the second quarter. Time for Alley. Finds Strom. Caught it on his knees. If it's a catch, it's done. If it's skipped, which I think it did, it's done. Either way. And they might have gotten a break there, getting it ruled an incomplete pass rather than a lateral that he caught. 3rd and 5 here. Dunmore checks out. Mike Ralston back in for the Irish. And they'll empty the backfield on 3rd down. Pressure for the first time on Alley, but it sets up a screen. Juggled and caught. And some great individual running. The pack coming to push forward. Now it becomes a rugby scrum, a flag thrown, so this one may not be a first down yet. It looked like Fallhaber was the receiver, but Sheldon could get called here for illegally assisting the runner. Official turns and looks over at the Sheldon sideline momentarily. In the midst of all that, could have been anything. Could have been a face mask, could have been contact, but they did assist him down to the 25-yard line. Let's wait for the signal here. Yep. They won't call that at SC Notre Dame, but they'll call it here. Illegally assisting the runner, the call.
Illegally assisting the runner against Sheldon.
You don't see that every day.
It's a fair call there, though.
Yeah.
The way that it was done. They bring it back to the 30, but it is, well, they move the sticks, so it's first down, even with that spot. So 1st and 10 for the Irish there after the 5-yard penalty. Wind picking up a little bit in intensity at Sheldon's back. So this is a lateral pass, and Strom will throw through the hands and incomplete from Justin Brabham.
Connor's had actually quite a few touchdown passes over the last few years as well. So the kid obviously can kind of do it all. But once again, there's kind of a weather situation where it's tough to.
Well, good time to call it there, too, on the first. They set that up with the previous incompletion that they kind of tossed into the ground to him. He was definitely back in the lateral position this time. So 2nd and 10 for the Irish. 20-7 our score. Alley time on the corner. Strom takes on a pair of tacklers. Ball loose. Tried to get a little extra, splitting the tacklers, and they were able to strip it. And Southridge comes up with a big turnover at their own 24-yard line. Jordan, that's always the rule with 2 tacklers. You try to split it, they tell a carrier, but he almost tried to do a little too much and didn't get it tucked away, it appeared.
Yes, Connor's usually had his way with people, and with the weather and, you know, the way things are right now, it's something that might happen. Great job on Southridge with the strip right there. You mentioned Yachty Dunmore, who is O'Shea Dunmore, one of the top freshman athletes now playing for the Ducks. He's out here for Sheldon as well.
Martinez breaks a high tackle into the secondary, and he'll get over midfield to wrestle for the ball. Sheldon says they had it. It looked like joint possession. They say Sheldon has the ball. Wow, great defensive play there. I think that was Kellen Strom that made the strip. And he hands the ball to the official. Martinez appeared to be in the clear. Strom came and made the tackle and ripped it away as he went to ground. So a big turnover there. And Sheldon gets the ball back at its own 48-yard line, a real momentum shift.
If you recognize the last name, it's obviously Connor's younger brother, who's a sophomore and one of the top athletes in that sophomore class. So great job by Kellen Strom right there.
Strom in motion on the fly sweep, and he looks to throw again back to the quarterback. Now they're getting inventive here in the first half. It'll be a short gainer, 49-yard line, and Alec Powell will spin Ali back there. And the scoreboard clock has gone out here. The officials have just noticed that. And the first question that came from downstairs was, do you guys have that press box heater on? They said, no, we didn't do that. We didn't blow the fuse. So the officials are having to stop play here. I think it's Bryce. Yeah, Bryce did it. Bryce is our photographer, by the way, who is, again, upstairs on top of the press box here in during conditions. He's come out here for a couple of weather-challenged games, and we really have to give him a little bit of credit for his effort there. Oh, yeah. He's doing a super job. All right. Board's on. The only problem is we have 90 minutes and 39 seconds left to play in the quarter, so we'll get that fixed in just a sec. Been there, done that too many times with the way these boards have to be programmed. All right. Good job by our crew. 9:04 now to play, and we're ready to roll. Hamster stopped running. Strom at quarterback now. I don't know whether you call it a wildcat or not, the way he can operate, but he'll run for a first down and finally gets taken out of bounds at about the 36-yard line.
Connor's just a competitor. I mean, once they just want to get the ball in his hands, so he's able to create whatever he's doing, whether he's playing quarterback, wide receiver, slot, running back. He just creates. So once again, he'll be kind of playing every position on the field.
West Salem has scored now. It's West Salem and Lake Oswego tied at 7. Tigard has scored. They trail Central Catholic 21-14. Ali trying to run a screen again. Blockers did a nice job. The Southridge defenders actually getting inside. Andrew Ripley, Miles kind of blowing up that screen a little bit, and it'll go for no gain.
Ripley Miles is a transfer from Sherwood. He's only a sophomore, third-team All-League kid as a sophomore, something very tough to do in the Metro.
Sherwood pretty impressive tonight as well. We'll get to that in just a sec. Pass complete to Michael Herbert. Mitchell Herbert, as the raindrop obliterated his name there.
We're going to see a lot of Mitch in the offseason. He's, like I said, one of the top wide receivers in Oregon out of the junior class, and special overall kid there too.
5A semi, Sherwood over Silverton 46-19 as they broke that one open in the second half. And Marist defeating Redmond 34-6. Dive up the middle, room for Lewis. And he'll get it down close to the 10-yard line. Should have enough for a first down.
The Lewis kids just once again kind of do it all. I mean, these guys are just so versatile. It's one of those things where they got so many different weapons. Obviously, Connor Strom is the number one guy, but it's by committee.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line. One of the few times the Irish have had short field to go. They've had several long plays already for scores, and Lewis will dive it down to about the 7-yard line. Got brought down there by Jordan Talai.
Second down and 5 Irish.
Whistle before they go as Strom was coming from the wingback, but it looked like there might have been either a false start or illegal motion. It is the false start. Looked like one of the backs might have turned as well, but that'll back him up 5, so it's going to go 2nd and 10 now for Sheldon.
Back on the 13-yard line, 2nd down and 10, Sheldon.
They go back to the spread, trips to the wide side. Ali time, one-on-one end zone. And incomplete, nearly a catch on his back by Herbert. Beautiful touch on the pass.
Mitch comes in with 7 touchdowns on the season, has really picked it up as of late, and once again is just a very valuable target because Connor will be double-teamed a lot.
Sprague has moved ahead of Jesuit, 13-7 Sprague with 3:18 left in the second quarter on a 10-yard touchdown pass from Schwab to Johnson. So the Ole's keep rolling. Played great defense last week against Tualatin to shut them out. Ali looking one side, then the other. For Strom up in the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. Good touch on the pass. A pretty catch as well. And good for a 13-yard score.
There's a penalty flag on the field after the play.
And waiting to see what the Irish do here on the conversion as they huddle up to the right side, then come over, and it'll be Starnes again.
Nathan Starnes setting up for the point after touchdown.
And the kick is up and got it. 7:06 to play in the second quarter. Sheldon pushes the lead back out to 20. It's the Irish 27 and the Skyhawks 7. You're watching 6A quarterfinal action on OSAA.tv.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat.
Back at Southridge, 27-7 lead. That kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. Jesuit has just moved back out in front of Sprague, 14-13, an 85-yard touchdown by Chase Morrison, and the Crusaders regain the lead.
That's the standout sophomore over at Jesuit, Chase Morrison, kind of that next running back in line once A.J. Glass graduates this season, so it'll be exciting to see what he does.
Glad to see they were able to get Glass back in time for the playoffs, at least get him some action. He's
awesome
well-deserved.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. From the 20-yard line, Pruitt carries it left side. Good hole, and he accelerates nicely. Gets over the 30-yard line, and will pick up the first down there. A couple of Sheldon players a little slow to get up after encountering him. Kellen Strom and Fallhaber on the tackle. They're taking a look at a flag back at the 25-yard line, moving it delicately back a half yard. And an illegal use of hands there against the Skyhawks. So what was a first down run will be nullified here.
What Brian Cassidy has done with this Southridge line has been incredible. He's one of the best line coaches anywhere in the country, and they're very fortunate to have him on this roster. So he's just done a phenomenal job with a group that didn't really have any varsity experience coming in, and they're really young right now, so they'll all be back.
Lost another key guy in Eric Martin coming into tonight's game, too. Big plus for Doug Dean to have in his first year as the head coach after being the defensive coordinator. And back they come right again, that line opening a hole, and Pruitt breaking free. Last man brings him down out over the 40-yard line. Just when it appears though he'd go, Dylan Lewis hauled him down.
Jake's just a big, fast kid. I mean, between him and Devin Martinez, those by far and away are the best junior running back combo in Oregon, at least, if not the Northwest. So be excited to see what they do next year as well.
Yeah, you'll forgive the Skyhawks that they don't think next year quite yet. They want to try to scramble in this one, but it is still a 3-touchdown game against one of the state's perennial contenders. Pruitt out, and the other half, Martinez comes in. Not a whole lot of difference. Run, run, run. Great lead block for him, and he will take it inside the 20-yard line before he is spun out of bounds by Kellen Strom. Justin Kalo with great downfield blocking, and a flag thrown at the end of the play on the sideline. Could be a face mask there.
41 yards on the run. There is a penalty flag at the end of the play.
Both sides of the ball, you're going to have to gang tackle. Connor Strong's not coming down with just one guy, and neither is Martinez or Pruitt. So they're going to have multiple guys on those kids.
Ali Aziz indicating that the penalty is against Sheldon, so that's going to get tacked on. And at half the distance, most likely, it'll take him inside the 10-yard line for a first and goal. Dead ball, personal foul. So they'll mark it down inside the 9-yard line, and it's going to be a first and goal for Southridge there. And their ground game has been very effective here. They've almost been more effective, Jordan, just deliberately stepping away from the passing game completely. Just powering the ball down.
Yeah, and that's nothing against Reza. That's just weather. So
well, and the line doing a great job.
Yeah.
Pruitt a good second effort to jump back through a hole and get about 4 yards where nothing seemed possible. A great carry there.
Tyler Cox, the junior on Southridge line, has had a phenomenal year. Big kid. He's still growing, 6'3", 235. He's got a huge upside, and he's kind of that leader, that junior leader they got.
One of these days we have to ask you for like an 8th grade report, because you probably got those guys picked out already too.
I got it, buddy.
I know. There isn't anybody. That's why we call him the source. And if you haven't been reading Northwest Elite Index all season, you still have a chance, especially with the playoffs coming down the road. Timeout taken here by Southridge. It is their first. 5:43 to play in the second quarter as Southridge tries to get into the end zone for a second time. Timeout on the field with the score, Sheldon 27 and Southridge 7. You're watching 6A quarterfinal action on OSAA.TV.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer, you see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you, around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys...
Second and goal for Southridge as we return to action. Pruitt just nowhere to go that time. Tried to put his head down and get something out of it, but the Irish with a good run stunt that time.
Tackle down at the 6-yard line after a loss of 1. Third down and goal to go.
Looked as though that was Chet Spears, the senior defensive lineman at 6'2", 290 on the stop.
Chet's been awesome for Sheldon, one of the state's top wrestlers, actually one of the best wrestlers in the entire region, first-team All-League kid, just a big boy in there in that middle. His actually younger brother, Wyatt Spears, is coming up too, so a couple more talented kids.
One of the linemen, Daniel Tanabe for Southridge, being helped off the field here as he was shaken up.
That's a big loss. Daniels had been an awesome lineman for him this year. He was hurt earlier in the season, came back, played very, very well for Coach Cassidy in this group. So I don't like to see that at all.
Yeah, with the injury to Martin, they had to juggle 3 of their 5 linemen juggle positions coming into this game. And now with Tanabe down, an already thin line is going to get hit even further. Jesuit has scored again, 21-13. Alfieri from 3 yards following a Sprague fumble. Up the middle, just short of the goal line as the scrum continues to shove. Pruitt carrying. The Skyhawks are signaling touchdown, but they're not getting any confirmation from the officials on it. And they will say he is inches short, which will bring up a 4th and goal from there.
This is dangerous right here with the weather and with Sheldon's line. I mean, nothing's a gimme. So right now, this is something where you really use your best option and hope for the best.
Well, they've been so effective between the tackles, you'd hate for them to even try to gain a corner against this Irish defense. Do you just dive Ali Aziz, maybe?
I imagine they will, but once again, you look at Chet Spears lined up right over center with the 2 of their best linemen missing. So
they're hitting every gap right now. They'll pitch it wide side, turning inside, spinning. Touchdown. And just getting into the end zone was Jacob Pruitt from a yard away.
Phenomenal job by Jake Pruitt right there, showing what he can do. Big running back. He was stopped, and he made that happen. So great work by Jake Pruitt.
Well, they tried the toss sweep, and that was not going to go anywhere. So really a heads-up play by him, Jordan, to turn it back upfield.
Yeah, that was all Pruitt right there. I mean, that's living dangerous.
Beekman adds the point after. 4:15 to play in the second quarter. Another scoring drive for Southridge. It's Sheldon 27 and Southridge 14. Timeout from the OSAA 6A quarterfinals on OSAA.tv.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you, around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Back at Southridge High School in Beaverton, the Skyhawks getting set to kick off. Beekman with the boot. And it'll go out of bounds before it gets to the goal line. Central Catholic is moved ahead of Tigard, 28-21, that in the second quarter.
That's a battle right there, Central and Tigard. They're,
yeah.
I mean, that's anyone's ball game. Central's one team that's going to have 6 to 7 D1 kids on the field at any given time. So, you know, I mean, that just goes to show how tough Tigard is because both those teams are very talented.
Yeah, I think if I had to choose one offensive unit to watch this year, I'd have to choose Tigard just with all the weapons that they have, although those have been depleted due to injury.
Yeah.
But just the variety of things that they've done. They're the most entertaining offense, I would say. Maybe the most potent, too, in the state this year. Yeah, at the 6A level. Jesuit up 21-13 at halftime now, and back to work goes Sheldon. They'll swing it to Strom, and off he goes. Has downfield blocking. Puts the head down and gets to the Southridge 30-yard line before he's brought down.
You can see Connor's acceleration right there. I mean, he's got speed. I mean, he got out of the box and jetted real quick and then decided to bounce. With his side-to-side mobility, it makes him so versatile. His leg strength, you know, that's what he's going to bring to the college level.
Pump fake it to him, pump fake both ways, and throw over the middle instead. Ball loose, and it'll be an incomplete pass. To say really was delivered nicely that time to Fallhaber, but he just couldn't hang on. Great poise by Ali back in the pocket. Herbert in. Brabham checks out on a 2nd and 10. And off the play action, Ali with plenty of time, can't find an open receiver. Hops the pack and off he goes. Zig, zag. I don't know, I might have to call that one a little Tebow-esque as he takes it down to the 22.
Yeah, I'm extremely impressed with Taylor Ali. I mean, I saw him in week 1, and I know he was good statistically, but just more impressed with his wheels and what he's able to do just as an athlete, especially with the rain and everything going on.
Not too many guys would escape by hopping the pack right there either.
No,
he would have wheeled around the outside, but
yeah,
he found the shortest path.
Yep.
3rd and 3. Quick toss to Strom. Waits for the blockers. It's all timing. First down. And about the 15, maybe the 16-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds, but gets the important part accomplished, and that's picking up the first down.
1st and 10, Sheldon.
Irish back inside the red zone again with 3 minutes remaining in the first half.
Sheldon been very, very impressive tonight. I mean, obviously, Southridge playing as well as anybody, but Sheldon's really come out and set a tone early.
James Banks checks into the backfield for the first time. Strom at the quarterback spot. And off he goes. Up the middle and in for the run from the Wildcat. 16-yard touchdown for Strom.
15-yard quarterback keeper.
And that's just Connor being Connor. I mean, big fan of Southridge and the program, but Connor is one of those kids that's just a game changer. I mean, he's gonna require a double team almost every play.
Setting up for the point after touchdown.
Well, whoever said it was a rainy night that was going to affect offense might have been a little bit off. Although the kick from Starnes is a bit of a line drive, but goes through. 2:58 to play in the second quarter. Sheldon on the board again, and they stretch the lead back out to 20 at 34-14. This is the 6A quarterfinal on OSAA.TV.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys...
Connor's awesome.
High kick taken at the 2-yard line, bobbled away there, still loose, still on the ground. Nobody wants it, and I believe Southridge finally fell on it. Whoever got to it came from a long ways away as that ball just bounced tantalizingly on the turf for quite some time. So as the evening turns a little colder, perhaps a little less windier, although it would be tough to notice, and definitely wetter. Remember that weather forecast said Friday and Saturday were going to be so much better? Yeah, that's what I thought.
What's up with that,
yeah.
Todd?
Weatherman, only job you get paid to be wrong all the time. Martinez trying to get around the outside. He's just bulldogged down. That's a great individual play that time. And I think that was
James
Banks.
Yeah, James Banks is the 6A leader, the second leading tackler in the state. 12 tackles a game, 132 tackles coming in. So another kid, first-team All-League kid out of Marist last season that transferred, one of the Player of the Year candidates.
Showed his stuff right there. A loss of 3 on the play. As we edge closer to halftime, an area where you don't want to make a mistake, and that one nearly was one as was deflected at the line of scrimmage and nearly picked off. Fallhaber was the closest guy to it and nearly came up with it. .212 here, Jordan, and you're almost forced to try to throw the ball even though you're in your own end and into the wind a little bit. Otherwise, you're punting the ball away and giving your opponent some pretty good field position and a chance to strike one more time.
I mean, Sheldon's going to be tough to beat regardless, but Southridge is far from out of this game. I mean, if they can put something together here, even if they don't, you know, they just need to hold defensively.
Need to get it out to the 22 to keep the drive going. And whistle before the snap. Flag thrown on the far side. And somebody encroached from Sheldon. So they'll help out the Skyhawks a little bit and change it to a 3rd and 8 now. Little more makeable down now. See whether that affects the play calling for Southridge at all. Certainly don't have to have the ball in the air or the routes as deep now. Slant route, caught, dropped. Had the man they wanted in the seam. McLean a good look away from Ali Aziz to open it up, and McLean dropped it.
And that's unfortunate. Kevin's a very good wide receiver, 6'4", $195. Between him, Kalo, and Jordan Morgan, you're not going to find a much better receiving core. So once again, it's not going to be easy to throw the ball, but they have the guys.
Irish put 10 up on the line here. We'll see whether they're coming or not, or they're planning to set up a return for Strom, who stands at the Southridge 42. They are setting up a return, but it's a short kick. Spins away from Strom, so he's not going to be able to get to it. That's about the best thing Southridge could hope for. No run back and also a little more time eaten away as the ball spins around on the turf. Still 1:56 left in the half, and that's plenty of time for Sheldon to go 44 yards. They have all their timeouts as well.
Speaking with Connor, he was telling me how much, you know, those guys hated to lose. Sheldon just absolutely hates to lose, hence they don't lose much. So once again, they're going to come out regardless who they play in the playoffs and give it 110%.
Ali back in at the quarterback spot after Strom scored from Wildcat the last time. He'll take it on the end around here. Flag thrown, so this will come back or be declined after a very short gain as he gets to the 43. One would expect Southridge will probably take this just to move Sheldon further away. Illegal use of hands against the Irish. And they'll march it off from the Southridge 47 as the infraction actually occurred in the backfield. And they wind up marching off an 11-yard penalty even from that spot. So They take it back to the Sheldon 42-yard line. And it's a first down and 24 for the Irish there. The trips package in on tight boundary side again as they empty out the backfield. Ali, the little flip in underneath, well defended by Southridge, and they will bring down Mike Ralston in a hurry. Eric Scruggs on the tackle that time. Jordan, I'm a little surprised the Irish don't look to go a little bit further downfield in that spot.
I think they're pretty content with, what they've been doing, but I think it's one of those things throughout the year. They've done it, seen it a lot on film, so they're mixing it up a little bit.
Well, they went to hurry up here before Southridge could even get in defensive position, and now they load up, ball underthrown, and a nice job of coming back to prevent the interception that time.
Kevin McLean.
Yeah, and Fallhaber came back to knock it down. McLean read it perfectly, was all set for the interception.
Alec Powell's been an outstanding DB throughout the year. He's got D1 genes and first-team All-League kid, one of those kids on the scholarship bubble right now.
So third and a long way here. Ali on the rollout. Same route again, man open. First down and more inside the 20, 15, 10. And it's whether enough black shirts will gang up to make the tackle. First and goal, Sheldon on the catch and run by Dylan Lewis. Jordan, they just wheeled him to the outside again, but got him in behind.
Yeah, super athlete, big fan of Dylan Lewis. Once again, just another dangerous kid on the Irish roster.
Still a minute 4 to go. They got plenty of time. Ali, the quarterback. And running right up the middle, almost untouched, is Mitch Lewis for the touchdown.
Nathan Stark setting up for the point after touchdown.
And the point after is good. Just inside of a minute to go. It's the largest lead for Sheldon in the ball game. And I'm got to say I'm a little surprised they put 40 up in the first half. The Irish 40, the Skyhawks 14. Will return to close out the first half in Beaverton right after this timeout on OSAA.tv.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other
41-14 our score here at Southridge, as things have gotten a little quieter after that last score by Sheldon, but a chance here on the run back after a very short kick. And across the Sheldon 40-yard line goes Jordan Morgan, and the Skyhawks have still a chance before we get to intermission. Jordan, I said right before the break, I was surprised Sheldon got 40 in the first half. Are you?
You know, I am. Southridge's D has been playing very, very well.
Yeah.
And Southridge is a top-notch program. So, I mean, for anyone to drop 40 in these conditions is very impressive.
So Ali Aziz and company still with some time. They'll throw a little quick one that I think somebody got a piece of as it went flying over the head of the intended receiver, Jordan Morgan, out there in the flat. Ali Aziz again asking for a play call as he gets it signaled in. 48 seconds. 47.9 for those of you who want to be precise. Has a max protect set right now in the backfield. And he'll wheel it out to Martinez. Sheldon reading that one. He's able to get one tackler to miss, but gets only about 5, and actually about 3, and the Irish will be perfectly happy to concede that. Skyhawks and hurry up. The young ball boy out there getting a clean ball had better hurry.
Reza came back late, but he's been playing very, very well, so I expect to see him continue to make throws.
Pretty fair sprinting for a guy that size. Took a few extra seconds to get him clear of the danger, but credit to him on this night, too. Now they're going home run ball. Push. Ball caught, no flag thrown. Holy cow. And it's a touchdown, Southridge. And I always say before I make something like this that I don't have an interest in this one either way. But I'll tell you, the Skyhawks got away with a big-time push in the back there from McLean.
Yeah, that's either he slipped or he got
got
pushed.
No, you couldn't see down in the corner there of the press box where I got a little bit of a better angle. That was a flat-out two-hand in the back shove. Either that or a giant hand fell from the sky and knocked down the defensive back, and I don't think that happened. So Skyhawks get the TD and a flag thrown on the point after attempt. That's the one area where there really has been a change, I think, Jordan, in the passing game. Receivers are able to get away with that a whole lot more than they used to.
Yeah. That was pretty obvious, but it is.
Oh, now you're coming around. Okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they'll take it here. They'll be the first to tell you that.
Yeah, if they cut it to a 3-touchdown lead going into half, it's once again it's not out of reach.
Kick by Beekman is good, so the Skyhawks do come back before the half runs out, thanks in part to the field position on the kick return. That gave them the ability to go for it. And we'll step aside one more time, 11.3 seconds left. 41-21 Sheldon on OSAA.TV.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, well, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires good to have?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
My family and I were enjoying a big vacation in Tahoe. After a great day on the mountain, our car wouldn't start. I got a jump, but it kept dying. Everyone in town said, "Go to Les Schwab." When I pulled up, George delivered. He quickly tested the battery and confirmed it was a goner. While he installed a new one, I finally got my first.
And another kickoff coming from the Skyhawks here. The Squibbler will be picked up at about the 12-yard line. A nice run by Dunmore, still refusing to go down, and now he'll be brought down at the 32-yard line with 4 seconds left.
Yachty, once again, is the brother of O'Shea Dunmore, the top DB at Oregon now, the freshman. So expect to see big things from him. Transferred from Newport last year, 4A Newport, one of the top players in the state in hoops. So he'll be a kid we see a lot of. He's only a junior right now.
And we'll see what the Irish do with what should be the final snap. They'll give it to him. And he'll go off for one more jaunt around the corner and get shoved out of bounds to end a high-scoring and entertaining first half. Skyhawks on the ropes a couple times, but they have hung in there, although they still have quite a battle to go if they're going to advance here. Halftime at Southridge High School, and Sheldon on top of Southridge by a score of 41-21. Stay tuned. We'll have second half activities coming up in a few minutes. You're watching the Class 6A quarterfinals on OSAA.TV.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer, you see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, well, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires good to have?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And we welcome you back to Southridge High School as we get set to start the second half. 41-21 our score, with Sheldon ranked 5th in the OSAA power ratings, leading Southridge, ranked 4th in the OSAA rankings. Sheldon has led throughout, but both teams, Jordan, have been pretty impressive on both sides of the ball. Despite the score, it's been a well-played contest.
Yeah, both very, very talented teams, so we're going to see a lot of good football coming up here.
Ali Aziz going deep middle, intercepted on the first play from scrimmage. Mitchell Herbert, with the interception. And Sheldon forces a turnover here early in the third quarter.
And that's exactly what Southridge did not want to have happen to start the second half. So Mitch Herbert, once again, talented junior, very, very good safety as well, sitting back there and just read it well.
Ball at the Southridge 32-yard line. Mitch Lewis a little late coming over to the backfield as the Irish try to go to work to extend this lead. Off of play action, Ali flushed from the pocket. Keeps his poise, finds Lewis, and he'll be close to first down at about the 21-yard line. That's another thing. We talked about all the athletic ability that Ali has, but his poise in the pocket is big there too.
Yeah, doesn't look like a first-year starter and has just come in and done a fabulous job all year long. Very, very impressed with Taylor. It'll be tough. I mean, once again, Southridge is still in this ball game, but I think it's going to be tough for anyone to beat Sheldon.
Tigert has just scored to tie Central Catholic 28-all in the third quarter. They've run the fly sweep. A lot of blocking ahead for Strawn. He's just trying to pick and choose right now and find his points and gets it forward for about 4.
Connor runs with a lot of patience because people just can't take him down by themselves, so he's able to kind of wait and maneuver and wiggle his way upfield a lot of times.
I think he uses and sets up his interference with more patience than just about any high school running back we've seen.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Lake Oswego 21, West Salem 7 at the end of the third quarter. Ali keeping it on the option, and he's inside the 10. It'll be first and goal for Thurston there.
Taylor Ali on the quarterback keeper. Tackled down at the 9-yard line after a gain of 8.
Taylor, once again, very impressive. Just hits that hole hard. Very, very good runner and just multi-threat kid.
Short gain this time for Lewis on first and goal as the center of the Southridge line does a little bit better job defensively. Led that time.
Down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Second down and goal to go.
Looked like it was Jake Henning in leading the stop that time for the Skyhawks.
With Eric Martin and Danny Tanneby hurt, that's going to be very difficult for that offensive line to make up for that.
Ali time into the flat. Touchdown Sheldon.
Connor Strawn.
And the
once
Strawn
again.
reception, yep, from 8 yards out. He made it look easy, just broke a nice out route. And the Irish open the scoring here in the third quarter.
Sheldon likes to capitalize on what they do. They've gotten up on almost everyone big throughout the season and then kind of just took their starters out in the first half. And we see them come out once again in the second half and just try to put this away right away.
Extra point attempt delicately chipped over the bar. And the Irish score early here in the third quarter to extend their lead further. Sheldon 48, Southridge 21, timeout here in the third quarter. With 10:14 to play, you're watching OSAA.tv.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank. You see.
So the task becoming that much harder right now for the Skyhawks as another kick skips through the end zone for the touchback.
Southridge football, 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. 10 minutes and 14 seconds left in the third quarter.
Jordan, almost the situation here where you've got to convince the kids just to keep fighting. I mean, you give up that big turnover, and before you know it, you're down 7 more.
Yeah, you can't really be thinking about the score right now. You just kind of got to go out there and play and do your thing. I mean, there's a reason they've been successful, and if they can go out and kind of give the ball to Devin like they did right there and do their thing, they should be all right.
Devin Martinez, the ball carrier, tackled down at the 28-yard line after a gain of 8.
Can't say enough good things about Southridge, though, as a program. They really do things the right way. They got a great youth program, much like Sheldon, and they're going to be successful for years to come. Their coaching staff is outstanding, and they have a lot to be proud of.
Some of the Southridge fans trying to urge their team on a little bit, but they are up against a very good team that's firing on all cylinders tonight, and Martinez just takes it right to the defensive back there as he gets out to the 47-yard line. Didn't even try to make a move that time on Kellen Strom, just rolled over him.
Devin was a big surprise coming here last year, transferred from California, and kind of just blew up the scene. First team all-league running back as a sophomore in the Metro, something extremely tough to do. So Devin Martinez and Jake Pruitt, extremely talented.
The wind and the rain continue here at Southridge. Martinez, a great job protecting the ball. It's one of the things he does just so well fundamentally every time he carries it. He gets 8 more before James Banks brings him down.
James Banks, once again, one of the state's leading tacklers coming into the game, averaging 12 per game. And keep in mind, that's playing basically a half in every game. So he's been a tackling machine.
Skyhawks moving the ball well down the field tonight. They've done a great job on the ground. And a short gain by Martinez. He'll still be short of the first down here.
44-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. Third down and 1, Southridge.
Jesuit with another touchdown. Elliott Nisler, an 89-yard touchdown pass to Joey Alfieri. And it's 42-13 Jesuit with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Joey Alfieri and Henry Mondu both got Oregon State offers this past week. Spoke to them, spoke to Phil Alfieri.
Those came back-to-back, didn't they?
Yeah, we spoke with Oregon State on Saturday, and then they got offered on Monday this week, and it was really exciting. Both kids very, very talented. They're only juniors, 2 of the top 4 ranked juniors in the 2014 class.
Banks coming in with a hit there for a tackle for loss. 4th and about 3 to go. The punt team coming on for Southridge, and some of the fans here a little disappointed, but at this point it's a pretty wise call, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean.
If it's a 7-point game, 14, that might be different.
Yeah.
Down 27. McLean from the 45-yard line of Sheldon. A nice high kick that goes short. In fact, it's near the blockers. They have to scramble out of the way, and it'll get down at the 14-yard line. So a 31-yard punt, and the Southridge defense will now be called upon to make a stop. Sheldon unofficially here given 419 yards of total offense in the first half.
Just incredible.
Yep, thanks to OregonLive.com for that number. Allie 13 of 18 for 234. Pronounce your last name for me. I want to make sure I get it right. Scott Sepich from OregonLive.com sitting alongside, sharing some numbers with us. We're grateful for that. One of the few times we've had somebody here with us. Most of the time we're just flying blind during the season. So thanks to Scott for helping to pass that along.
Big fan of Tim Brown and all those guys at O-Live. They do an amazing job. I don't think a lot of people know how lucky we are in this area to have the type of reporting that with what they do. I mean, we get.
You're just saying that because they let you pick games.
Well, that too.
Yeah,
I
okay.
do appreciate that.
All right,
but
yeah.
go to any other state and you're not going to see the type of coverage. Maybe Texas and a few other places, but Oregon Live does an outstanding job.
Well, and the amount of information, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to put down some scores and some standings, but we're able to get plenty of information about the teams. It really is a great resource.
Yes, definitely.
Between that and the job that Steve Walker and crew do at the OSAA, we are really, really fortunate.
Very fortunate.
I mean, being able to find rosters and things without having to whine, beg, and plead sometimes. It's a big help. Ali back inside his own end zone, waits for a crossing route from Strom, who has some room. He just runs away from the pack. Gets taken down at the 27-yard line, but he'll have enough for another first down before he's brought down by Alec Powell.
And Sheldon just kind of wears on you. They just, take their time and methodically move the ball downfield. And Connor's a load. I mean, you don't think Connor, he's 6'2", 215, and he hits you and he hits you again.
Once he gets ahead of steam, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
The Sheldon ball boys scramble off the field now. Both teams with a couple of young men who have been braving the elements and racing back and forth tonight to help keep the conditions a little bit better for the teams. Yeti Dunmore, the Yeti with the carry there, taking it out to the 27. They'll spot it there.
Regardless of the outcome tonight, both of these programs have a lot to look forward to moving forward. Like I said, their youth programs are outstanding, and they do things the right way. So we'll see a lot of these schools in the future.
Alley with time, and the whole left side opens up for him, and he'll go ahead and take the yardage there. Breaks 2 or 3 more tackles as he gets a first down out to the 39-yard line. You get to that point as a defender, Jordan, with the deficit you're facing, and he's out running around, and you just, you get a little disheartened, I would say, as a defender right about there.
Yeah, it's tough. That's the toughest part to, being down 4 scores at home. It's kind of one of those things where a lot of times it's easier to pack it in. So, once again, Sheldon's just going to try to bury you right now.
Yeah, and somebody just cranked the faucet back open because this rain is falling harder than it has all night.
Was that you?
No. I got enough other problems. Ball knocked free as the runner was struggling. Southridge has the ball at the 40-yard line. Well, a break there for the home side. Gives the fans something to cheer about. Jake Henning comes up with the turnover for Southridge.
Henning, another kid that just kind of had a breakout season. Second-team All-League kid. Didn't know a whole lot about him before the year, but another defender that really showed up well and did a good job in the Metro League.
Now the Southridge band cranks up the fight song. Fans are staying strong here for both sides despite some really horrendous conditions. Ball loose on the snap.
Fumble on the snap recovered by,
Aziz able to get to it first before anybody else could find it.
Second down and 10, Southridge.
Reza is another kid that we talked about earlier, and he's going to go play baseball for the Ducks, but he could be a Division I quarterback if that was his focus, if that's what he wanted to do.
You don't suppose there'll be anybody else in green and gold knocking on the door of the baseball staff anytime, do you? Yeah,
right. No, not at all. I talked to him about that, actually, and he said, what? What are you talking about? I was like, yeah, right.
Sheldon there defensively in a hurry, and once again, Chet Spears first man to bring Pruitt down after maybe a foot or two. Well, the wind's shifted a bit more so that the rain is blowing further into our booth here, and yes, we have the windows open because that's about the only way any of us can see. Otherwise, it'd be foggy, wet, and gloppy, and we need to get all our wiring and equipment in too. So it's some dicey conditions, and once again, Bryce upstairs trying to keep the lens clean and give you the pictures here. We thank him for all of his efforts. Pass complete for the Skyhawks to the 25-yard line. That one will go to Kevin McLean. And you guys remember back in August and September when we said enjoy this weather while we had it. This is, the other end of the equation now in November. Hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving, by the way. We haven't had much time to talk about that. What, did you have 2 bites of turkey and a protein shake?
I don't even know what to say.
Huh? A protein bar?
Were you there?
just know your.
Did I invite you and I didn't know about it?
I just know your menu all too well. You are the most disciplined eater, I think, of anybody I know.
Yeah, that burger I had at halftime was outstanding.
I know. You broke down, finally had one. It's the postseason. You allowed yourself the luxury. Of course, I don't know. You could have logged up a few green beans. I guess those might fit in.
Carrots and green beans.
There you go.
Anybody,
Carrots, I don't know. A little starch in those carrots there, Jordan. You better double check that.
Go Google that.
The source with the body of the future, I'll tell you.
Jeez Louise, man.
Little end around carry here for the Skyhawks, and a big open field shoulder high tackle that time on Justin Kalo on the carry.
Tackle down at the 16-yard line.
Kalo's one of those kids, first team all-league slot back. Once again, pretty dangerous when you get him in the open field. So Southridge is looking to get in the end zone right now and keep themselves in this ball game.
Jesuit up 42-13 over Sprague at the end of 3 quarters. Our good friend Jim Patterson sending that message along. Jim down at Sprague. 3rd and a couple to go here for the Skyhawks as they try to get on the board once again. The rain letting up a little bit. Martinez tried to go outside, and that was just too well defended on the corner. Really, Banks played blocker and ball carrier all at the same time.
Yeah, that's what James is right on that D1 AA bubble right now, too. He's a kid that a lot of Big Sky schools like and some other places. Extremely smart kid, 4.1 student AP classes. Just a phenomenal kid.
What about looking at him as a D1 safety with his size instead? Does he have enough speed?
And that's the question. I mean, he's just kind of got that linebacker mentality and body.
But so many coaches look for that in a strong safety now at that level.
That's a very, very good point.
I don't know.
No, it's 6'1", 225. He's right there in that area. So once again, that's an option, and those Ivy League type schools and some of those other places would love to have him.
Sure.
As a strong safety backer type kid.
Timeout taken by Southridge here. 1:36 to play in the 3rd quarter. Sheldon on top, 48-21. We'll be back after this timeout on OSAA.tv.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
All right. Quick timeout taken by the Skyhawks, and back to action here on 4th down. And that pass broken up and a late flag thrown. Wow. Strom kind of came through the back of Kalo just a little bit. I'll tell you right now, I saw a lot more plays than that earlier this afternoon that weren't flagged with a lot worse holding on them.
Whatever the call here, that was a great play by
They're
Strong.
you're going to call him for a PI, I think, so.
Pass interference against the Irish.
Lake Oswego is scored. It's now Lake Oswego 28, West Salem 7.
Yard line.
And that's midway through the fourth quarter. Go ahead.
No, that CC Tiger game, it was 28-28 with 7:55 to
Yeah,
play.
and Tigard moving the ball.
Wow.
Floyd running it out of the Wildcats. So, yeah, quite a battle there. Tigard's gone to the Wildcat a great deal in the second half is what we understand. So, first down here, Martinez on the toss sweep. And he'll take it down inside the 10-yard line.
It's just amazing what Tigard's able to do without Benny Wick and without some of those other guys that they lost, Chance Taylor. So, you know, props to them for just doing their thing. Ali Aziz partway over. And suddenly after that big storm, the rain's about as light as it's been all night. Everybody much happier for that. Inside the final minute of the third quarter of play, and a 2nd and goal for the Skyhawks here. Ali Aziz, fade route to the corner, just overthrown that time, trying to find Jordan Morgan, who kind of turned and gave up on the run just a little bit. It was still playable, but just overthrew him in the corner. Big possession here for Southridge if they want to keep in this game. I mean, 3 touchdowns is doable in a quarter, so we'll see if they can get in.
Well, you and I talked about A.J. Glass earlier. He's just scored 29-yard touchdown run, and Jesuit extends it now to 49-13. So they'll be headed to the semis again, it appears. 3rd and goal. Lots of time. Open man, incomplete. Receiver trying to ask for a PI call that time. Scruggs was the intended receiver, and he was covered by Banks and Strom, and it's a 4th and goal.
Scruggs is one of those kids, all-league kid, 6'4", 205. He's kind of unknown, but done a very, very good job for the last couple seasons. Big body, and he's one of Southridge's best kids.
So a 4th and goal here to try to get back within 20 with 38 seconds remaining in the quarter. Plenty of time again. There's not been a lot of pressure. Flag thrown, so this may come back into the end zone, incomplete. Should probably be a hold, and I would assume Sheldon would decline it and take over the ball. It is holding against Southridge, the indication. And Sheldon will decline it and take the ball over on downs. So good drive for the Skyhawks, but it stalls. So the Irish will take over at their own 7-yard line. Ali, a little throw into the backfield, just another little bubble screen, but they get it out over the 10 and diving forward almost to the 15-yard line that time is Dylan Lewis.
And if Sheldon does hold on tonight, I think it'll be a pretty incredible game next week. Jesuit, Sheldon, both teams playing at the top of their game. So very interesting if that is the case.
That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter of play. Sheldon continuing to maintain an advantage in this one. We'll head to the fourth quarter in Beaverton with the score. The Sheldon Irish 48 and the Southridge Skyhawks 21. Timeout on this 6A quarterfinal game. You're watching it on OSAA.tv.
You see us at the start of the day on the company phone list that's a few names longer. you see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you.
Back to start the fourth quarter. Second and short. Ali on the roll, through some traffic. I don't know how he got through, and picks up another first down out to the 20-yard line. It's like watching everybody go into a tunnel, and all of a sudden he pops back out.
Just a very good overall athlete.
Henry Say, one of the offensive linemen, hobbling a little bit for the Irish, but will stay in the ball game. They'll mark it at the 19-yard line, a first down there, and right now the Irish just want to run clock more than anything else. Big update, Zach Floyd, a 29-yard touchdown run with 6:49 to play in the fourth quarter. Tigard has moved in front of Central Catholic, 35-28. Mitch Lewis, the ball carrier, gets over the 25-yard line. Got spilled there by Kevin McLean and Pepe Tanuvasa. Haven't called his name much tonight.
No, the Tanavasa's got a football family, and they do a great job. They a lot of good kids have come through, and Pepe's going to be another one.
Yeah. 7-yard gain for Lewis on first down. And keep in mind, we said this Sheldon team averaging 426 yards of total offense. They got nearly that in the first half, so they have just been rolling all night long. Haven't continued with as many points, but just impressive as all get out. Little pass there, first down and much more again. Mitchell Herbert, the receiver, and takes it up close to midfield.
Yeah, Mitch has he's been killing it too. So one of those kids that's going to be back next year and going to help the Irish be another quality team next year.
First down, Sheldon.
From the 48-yard line, as the Irish continue to move the ball. Ali to the Southridge 45-yard line that time. Jake Henning, the tackler.
Connor Strom and a few of the other Irish guys would continue to tell me about Taylor Ali and just how talented he was. And, you know, they're very they don't brag about themselves a lot. They're always, about each other. So, it's one of those things that makes them as good as they are.
Yeah, definitely continuity in that program. Just continues to roll. They'll be close to a first down again on that carry by Mitch Lewis.
Mitch Lewis, the ball carrier. Tackled down at the...
We'll spot him inside the 43, but they're going to spot it just short. Third and about a foot to go. 10 minutes left in this one. And more than anything else, really, it's just a matter of what the final score is going to be. Ali, just another toss into the flat. And big yardage inside the 20, inside the 10, touchdown, Sheldon. They must lead the country in yards after catch.
Yeah, Connor Strom, you just get him the ball.
Yeah.
Let him do his thing. He doesn't really need to get it anywhere, just behind the line of scrimmage, wherever.
Yeah, I'm not sure they've really thrown a route more than about 10 yards all night long. It's just yards after catch, finding guys in space.
Yeah.
It's a beautifully balanced system for the Sheldon Irish as they go over 50.
Yeah, Strom's just freaky. He's gonna. There's a reason he was Player of the Year on both sides of the ball. He's just that good.
I'm sorry if his phone's not ringing with somebody at a higher level, then some recruiter's nuts.
And he's gonna be a steal for some program. He's got 3 D1 AA offers right now, but someone's gonna get him.
Starnes' kick is up.
Nathan Starnes adding another point after touchdown. 9:39 to play in the fourth quarter, and Sheldon extends the lead. It's the Irish leading 55-21. You're watching 6A quarterfinal action on OSAA.tv.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, well, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires good to have?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.